Hello.
Hello, Jessica.
How's it going?
Good. How are you this morning?
Good. So we're all set on the Zoom on the stream.
Okay, you're up. You're up. Now I saw we've always had this problem with naming things, and I just saw you had a participant called Lemmy Music Director. Is that the one we've been calling Great Hall?
Well, so I'm curious for hi Rebecca, for both of you. This was a new thing I wanted to try just because it seems like the Great Hall is always um, it's just hard to see anybody. People are
Mhm.
super
Oh,
far
I agree.
away. So, yes, the idea is that that would be the Great Hall so that when the music when Lemmy's playing, that's what you would show.
Okay.
Um,
So what when we did the rehearsal, we had Great Hall. Does this camera show the singers at all, or just I can
doesn't.
just shows him?
Yeah. And
So
there,
so what should we do when there's singers? Maybe show Janet.
yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so hard. There's no perfect solution. If we had multiple devices, we would.
But will there be a fifth computer up? Or
Well,
just
Janet will be up,
okay.
uh, but
All right.
not until like 10-ish because they're
Okay.
rehearsing.
okay. So I've got this thing called Lemmy Music Director. He must have just renamed himself.
I named it that. Do you want me to switch it to Great Hall so it's not
Why don't we
confusing?
call it Great Hall? Because that's what we've been calling it.
Okay.
And
How's
you
that?
probably have work you need to do for RE. Let's see if we've got everything we need from you. I
Okay. No, I have time to check in about stuff. I will also be signing off and signing back on. So right at 10, I guess, Rebecca, it's your responsibility to make co-hosts, but sorry to make it sort of jumbled all at once. But Janet
That's
and I
okay.
will both be coming in.
Well, we've
Sure.
got the three things here, so we just have two more to watch for co. Oh, Arita, you and Janet. We have to watch for co-hosting.
So maybe that's not so
Okay.
bad. I don't like having to do things right at the last minute, but if
Well,
I don't speak for a while and neither does Arita, so you've got time on us.
okay, we'll be looking for you. And why
Um,
don't you just leave this camera, this computer just sitting here and open? Why do you have to sign off?
the one that I'm on right now,
Yeah,
I need to use it for RE because we do
oh,
RE at 9:45. Yeah.
I
I
see.
usually have two computers, but one of them I'm using for for the Great Hall shot. I need to, I thought I have another computer here, but it wasn't working. So,
I know of some people who have volunteered financial support if there's something that's needed to make the services run better. Um, I know some people who have indicated interest, and they told Dave Nelson too, an interest in supporting. So if you're just, $1,500 short of a computer or something to make the Sunday morning experiences better, don't hesitate to talk to Dave Nelson about it because he knows some support sources of support.
yeah, I guess we should all think about what would make it optimal. One thing that Lemmy just said is that phone cameras are actually the best quality, and everybody has a phone. So it may
Yeah,
just be a matter of figuring that piece out.
it would just, it's really simple if you were to sign into this Zoom call with your phone and prop it up and find a little $15, stand for your phone and prop it up where you need it.
Yeah, it's the stand that I think is we just need to figure it out. And I wonder if we could even get music stands to be at the right height and angle so each singer could have one
I've
and they
got
could
this
just use their
wonderful
own
little
phone.
tripod that legs and everything bend in every direction so you can make your camera point in any direction.
I might, let's see, do I have time?
Like a
I
selfie
might see
stick.
if I could do it. Well, the tricky thing is it would only be on either David Bove or Abby. I couldn't do both, but
Oh,
maybe.
well, you can't put it up on the pulpit and sort of focus at the back of the Great Hall.
Well, people haven't loved that because the singers are so small and then they're backlit. You
I
know?
see. Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't go out of your way right at this moment. Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead, try it, whatever you wish.
I'm sort of curious.
We don't have we don't have you never have enough people on the call to practice when you're just by yourself.
Right, to actually give some feedback on what it looks like. Let's
Okay,
see.
let's see. Rebecca, I've got you. I'm just going to bounce the text up to the top of my queue.
Okay.
So,
Am I think actually as a co-host, I can't make people a co-host. I think only the host can do that.
Okay, I'll keep working on that. Great
Right.
Hall, I'm going to make that a co-host.
Yep, I got your text.
Great.
Hi.
Okay, Great Hall's a co-host. So I just have to watch for Arita, Janet, and Jessica.
Yep, I think I remember that from before, that only the host can make a co-host.
Okay. How are you this morning?
Pretty good. Yeah, I slept a little late, but it's a nice morning. I don't know if you heard the geese just fly over. They were pretty loud, but I guess you couldn't, maybe you couldn't hear it.
I don't think I was listening, but yeah, it's going to be 72 again today. It's going to be one of these gorgeous days. We just
Yeah.
want to get out and enjoy it.
Yeah, I've been digging up my summer bulbs and getting them ready to pack away for the winter.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I've never done that before, so we'll see how it goes.
What'd you do before? Just leave them in the ground?
Well, I never planted them before because I felt bad. I felt badly letting them rot over the winter, and I didn't know how to store them for the winter, so I just didn't bother. So this year I'm gonna make the effort to pack them away. I guess if you just put them in some kind of paper or sand or something in a box in a cool, dark place.
I'm going to name you as Zoom Tex because we both got the same name.
Okay, I think I can change that.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
But this is Zoom host monitor. That's me. Do you have a monitor?
I only have my phone, so I wouldn't be able to receive text if I use my phone for the monitor.
Okay, that's great. I don't think you need it. It's mainly the person doing the slides who needs that monitor. You know what I did? I was doing some workshops in the last week, these Choose Democracy workshops with Teresa Mabile, and I was the Zoom tech for that. And she had an extensive slideshow. And one time I realized I'd gone to the share screen, and then when it was time, I clicked share and looked over at my monitor and there's no slides there.
Oh no.
You got to go to the share screen, choose the slides, then click the share.
Oh, right.
It took me a couple of minutes to say, where are the slides on my monitor?
Yeah.
Well, it all
Always
works.
something with Zoom, right?
Oh,
We're getting to learn it.
But after I did 4 2-hour workshops with her, so I feel like I've put in a few more hours in the pilot seat and feel a lot more confident than I did before.
Oh, good. Good. Did you sign up for more weekends after this one?
Well, I did make myself available. I think Janet signs us up actually, so I haven't noted whether she signed me up again.
Oh, right. Yep. Oh, I've got Gail Herman, so she has to stay in the waiting room.
Stay there, yeah.
Yeah, until quarter of. Okay. Yep. All right. I think this will go fairly smoothly, I hope.
Yep. Well, we transfer the host back. Okay, we're ready for coming up on the 9:45 is the next action.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of minutes here. I'm going to get a little notebook. Okay. Write down the links for donations. Let's see.
Hello.
Hello.
So I couldn't, there's a few logistics to figure out with using the phone on the singers, but I think this is a good idea for future. I guess the only question is if it's all right with you all as Zoom hosts to switch spotlights several times, like during a song.
Oh, you can switch spotlights as much as you want.
You mean just randomly switch back and forth?
Yeah, it would only be during a song, I would think, but just
Okay.
so everybody can see the different singers. All right, well, that is a project for the future.
So during a song, we could switch between Janet singing to Lemmy, to one singer to the other singer, and then back to Janet and then Lemmy. And
Yeah,
that would be,
and I think that really wouldn't take too much extra technology. Um,
however, at the most hymns, we've got the words up. So actually, we're just seeing them on the side.
yeah, so maybe it's not even worth it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, we should keep talking about it. Maybe I'll send out an email to Zoom hosts just not at some point, just so we can start thinking about if it makes sense to switch things up at any point.
Okay, let's keep learning.
We'll head out and I will see you around 10.
Okay.
Thank you both.
Jessica.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So we're just gonna have Janet in the Great Hall. Neat.
Great. Yeah, that'll be fairly easy.
I think I forgot to run a comb through my hair today.
Okay. Let's see, open Zoom. Other chat. All right. So Jessica's gone. She's gone.
I have a 3-month calendar, so I
Oh,
took down because this is October. So now the next page has November at the top of the page.
oh, that's handy.
And it's something I can see clearly when I'm sitting at my desk.
Right.
Remember to advance it.
I started using, several years ago, I started using a calendar that comes from the UK and they start their week on Monday. So
Oh,
now if I look at an American calendar, I get mixed up as to where Monday is and what day is what.
yeah, I could understand that.
But it seems to make more sense if you start on Monday, then the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday are side by side as opposed to being in two separate lines.
Oh, and when you're planning your weekend, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
Like if you're going to take a 2-day vacation, instead of it being like that, it's together.
right, exactly.
Well, since I don't work, I've been retired for 17 years.
Oh, lucky.
So, I mean, it's just been a wonderful opportunity to have another chapter in my life without the difficulties of working.
Right. I'm certainly
time
looking
is
forward
my
to
own.
that day. Yes.
Get that out of the way. Yeah, I think I got this opening thing pretty set. It's I might try to rewrite it, even as it is written down as Janet had it. It's a little confusing to me. So,
Okay. Well, I have people that are that they're not muted upon entry and that they can unmute themselves.
okay.
So they can come right in and start chatting.
Yep.
So 9:45, 4 more minutes.
Well, what time do you, my watch says 9:41 in the watch.
Oh, yeah, my electronic devices say 9:41 also.
I'm going to change this clock because of course it only goes forward. Time. Be 9:42 by the time we get there.
Yeah, actually it is 9:42 now.
Okay, well, we're coming around. It's one of these things, click, 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 click. Take a minute to get there.
It's fun to watch Lemmy there with conducting in silence.
I think it's a mistake to have the choir rehearsal, right? Well, of course, that's the only time when everyone's there, so it makes.
Right. How many people are there for the choir?
Janet and Booker probably, and the 2 extra singers.
Oh, right, yep.
And I imagine Lemmy sings along with it too.
possibly. Okay. Where did I put that? No, piece of paper. Here it is. Do you do any gardening?
Not really. No, I have a lot of arthritis, so
Oh,
down and leaning over and things like that are not my strong suit.
right.
My strong suit is sitting in front of a computer.
Oh,
I spend a lot of time in Second Life. It's a virtual world, and I have a place there, a home there that I um, decorate and cultivate, and I've got
right.
a forest, and I've got a beach with palm trees. I've got tigers wandering. I've got a wonderful place there, but it's a virtual world. It's electronic.
Yeah, I've
Many
never heard of
people I
it.
know them there who are friends.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Like real people.
They're real people who also come into Second Life and we have a small UU congregation there too.
Oh, wow. Is
So,
it people all over the world?
yes, right now it's mostly the US. We have had people from Australia.
Okay. That sounds pretty neat.
It is. It's really great. Okay, I'm going to run out and do one more thing.
Sure. I started meeting people. Here she comes. Come on, Kathy. 9:45, dude. All right. Can I start admitting people?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Gail Harmon, Flora Majumder.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Flora. How are you?
Nice to see you.
You too.
Hello, Gail. Hi, Flora.
I
We get to watch Lemmy conducting. Has he stopped conducting? He was waving his arms and things like that. We've got a new camera angle here on the Great Hall.
oh,
That's exciting. Who's singing today, Kathy? Do we have members of the choir in the Great Hall?
Yes, we do. Let me just. David Beauvais and Abby Shodoff are singing.
oh,
Oh,
nice.
wow.
It's always nice to know whose voices I'm hearing. Sometimes I can identify them and sometimes I'm not sure.
Janet,
Flora.
she got so many inquiries, she put it in the slideshow who the singers are.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I don't see the slideshow. Anybody feel the earthquake this morning?
No, what time?
Oh,
About 20 minutes ago. There was a 4.0 with an epicenter about 30 miles east southeast of Providence, and I think they felt
Right.
it, more powerfully in eastern Massachusetts, but apparently some people around here felt it too.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
What time was it this morning?
My earthquake app tells me it was about 20 minutes ago.
Oh my gosh.
I know, pretty rare. And 4.0, you know, it's minor in a sense, but it's also, you know, it's not like a 2.0. It's you can really feel it.
Well, we had a pleasant earthquake yesterday, so.
Yeah, it's true.
I think everyone
just-
feels about 20 pounds lighter.
I just texted my son about this earthquake. I said, "Did you feel it?" And he said, "Oh yeah." And we talked about it a bit. And he said, "You know, 2020 isn't over yet."
Oh my God.
We had 10 after 9. The closet doors rattled upstairs.
Oh yeah, you did feel it. Interesting.
Yeah. I was sitting at my work area, and we have some, the sliding doors over a closet. It's got some stuff in it. And I was sitting there, I was picking up my pen, and I heard him go rattle, 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 rattle. And I thought, what the heck? And there were a few other things. And then I just thought, okay, given the, yeah.
Where was it?
Well, that's
Where was the epicenter? I wonder. I didn't hear.
What
30 miles east, 30 miles east southeast of Providence.
What
Oh,
time
wow.
of day was this?
It was approximately 20 minutes ago, according to my earthquake app.
10 after 9 or thereabouts, at least for me, when I was looking at one of my clocks really quick.
I didn't even feel it. I didn't hear
Oh,
it.
I didn't feel anything.
Well, maybe the earth was just dancing and celebrating a little.
Yeah.
Well, my sister got something, and she's in Hawaii, and I didn't completely read her post, but she said something about having a small tremor out there. Not this morning, but I'm not sure when it was. So maybe there's something going around.
Well, you
Take
know,
it. It's cool.
I pay attention to earthquakes. My daughter's in Japan. She lived through the Tohoku quake, and I have
Right.
earthquake apps that alert me to the occurrence of big ones.
Right.
And it's interesting to look at the earthquake reports. I mean, there are many, many earthquakes that happen every day all over the world. It's, we live on a dynamic planet. So it's just, we're not used to feeling them here.
No, that hasn't. What was the last one? Was really a long time ago, and that one I'm not telling you where I was, but I experienced that one. Let's just say I was in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, and the curtains on my window started to go back and forth, among other things, and that's kind of disconcerting when you're just sitting still.
Well, I lived in California. I experienced a couple pretty big ones out there. They're pretty scary, and loud. You can hear
Oh.
the earth. The earth, it roars in this extraordinary deep sound. It feels like it ought to be outside the range of human hearing. It's like nothing I've ever heard before.
Wow, I didn't really think about noise.
And then if you've been to Yellowstone, the guides will tell you that all that hot stuff, that caldera of Yellowstone National Park, is overdue to do it again.
Oh yeah.
And that is something that will affect, I would imagine, maybe as far as New England.
Well, there was a few years ago in the New Yorker, quite an extraordinary article detailing what would happen in the event of the Pacific Northwest fault line shifting. The Juan de Fuca fault that runs through Puget Sound is a major fault line. That's another one that they consider to be overdue for a major shift. So here's keeping our fingers crossed this doesn't happen in the near future. We have enough to deal with right now.
And there's a fault, some sort of fault around Missouri too.
Oh yeah, of
That's
course.
overdue. And we are not exempt, as was illustrated today.
For those that just came on, they're discussing the Earth's dance.
No, I'm about to discuss the fact that Kathy, Lily, and I look alike.
I know, it's just.
Did you guys coordinate your dressing?
They got the memo. They used to say that.
Yeah, really.
They got the memo.
I noticed that, Judy.
What I'm hearing is kind of a upper register giggling, like we just escaped a big earthquake, political.
Yeah.
And I've been on Zooms for the last 2 days where people are just, they can't help but smile. But I know you all the best of anyone, I think. And it sounds different today, not just it looks different. We're just a little high, a little happy.
Hi, Janet.
Hey.
Hi, Sally.
Hey, Sally.
Hi.
Sally to Sally.
Hi. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
How does your
Am
garden?
I audible?
Hi, Wally.
Just mute here.
Is my imagination
all right.
or the smile's a little wider this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen Sally, my other Sally, with headphones before. It's good.
Well, I've got a black headscarf. It makes these show up more. If I weren't wearing this black, this white wouldn't be so contrasty.
Sally, is there anything in your garden that still has escaped the frost?
Still worth looking at.
Are there chrysanthemums maybe?
No, my chrysanthemums have gone by. They were hit by the frost. I didn't have a very great display this year. I hope to do better next year.
Uh-huh.
You always do better.
Well, we had a long dry spell in August, September, and that didn't do the chrysanthemums any good at all.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do a minimal amount of watering at my place.
Click on it.
I don't do a lot of watering.
Click
I understand that
No, the speaker thing.
there are Christmas tree farms that aren't going to be doing Christmas trees this year because of the drought. That was in the newspaper and I've heard it in a couple of places.
Operating?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, really?
How fascinating.
My gosh.
And so is the particular big color we have in the deciduous tree, is that because of drought?
Oh, I thought I had them. Yeah. Under me.
Down here, down at the bottom where it says Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
You can see that, and you can make it still your screen by clicking on the square.
On the square?
The top
Where it
right
says Ellen?
Of the Zoom meeting, right above where it says Sydney, then it says view, and then there's a square, a little square.
Well, it says mute,
No.
a little square, it says Fran, and it says Ellen.
Right up here at the top.
At the top?
At the top of that window. I gotta.
It says.
Janet.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Hi, Wally.
Hi, Flora.
Hey, everybody. Hi, Amy. Good to see you.
Wally.
Good morning.
We're a happy group.
Yes, we
Yes.
Look at the people that are missing the party.
You're throwing a party?
Oh, this is a party.
Party, right?
We're back to responsible government.
Amen.
On our path.
a couple of months.
Well, not quite yet.
Yay!
On the path.
On the path.
Hi, I just got off the phone with AOL. and I don't think they fixed it permanently, but at least I'm on now.
We
But
have
I'm glad people are
72
happy. I'm
days
glad
to
people
live
are
through still.
Glad you're here.
Two, I think.
Barry, how about a little walk this afternoon?
Sure.
Hey, Ellen.
I would love it.
Higher, so that, yeah, but I like it.
Hey, Dave.
Well,
We have to hit okay first.
What a book or
We can see your eyes, Ellen.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello, everybody.
Wally.
I know he says
Hi,
that.
Joanna. Hi, Judy.
Hi,
We got a
Corky.
crowd today.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Justina.
Good morning, Margaret.
Hi, Corky. Hi,
Morning,
David.
Fran.
Hey, Joanna.
Hi, Wally.
Hello.
Almost ready to begin the service. And in a few minutes, you're going to be muted. So just take a couple of minutes now to say your goodbyes.
Oh,
Bye.
Bye.
Later, everyone.
Bye-bye.
hey, Sally.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye, nice seeing all of you.
Rita.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Georgia.
Hey.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hi, Rita.
Hi.
Everybody's saying bye. I'm saying
There you
hi.
are.
Bye, Rita.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Bring that chair over. Okay.
Okay, so Kathy.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to our worship service from the Unitarian Society of Northampton and Florence. I'm Kathy Lilly, and I'm your Zoom host this morning. I'm very glad to see you here. We strive to be a congregation that welcomes people of all ages, races, religious beliefs, backgrounds, gender identities, and abilities. We belong to the Unitarian Universalist Association of Congregations, and we are guided and inspired by its values and principles. Those values and principles move us to remember that we in Northampton inhabited unceded land of the Pocumtuck and Nipmuc peoples. Our values and principles remind us to acknowledge our responsibility to face all the painful legacies of dispossession and systemic racism that are part of our collective history, even as we affirm and celebrate the legacies that inspire us. We are here to support and celebrate one another and to renew ourselves with hope and gratitude and new resolve. If you are new or returning after a time away, welcome. We're very glad you're here. Please feel free to fill out a virtual visitor card. Doing that allows us to put you on our email contact list. There's a link to the card in the chat. And we ask that you remain muted throughout the service and turn off your videos except during the greeting in order to help the technology work as smoothly as possible. We hope you'll stay for social hour afterwards. It is a great way to engage in meaningful conversations with people you might not otherwise have met. And now we'll begin our service.
This is a day to be thankful, to breathe deeply, to say there is a time to rejoice. And we will go on. These are words from Barbara Peskin. The glory of the passing away of autumn lies about us, fresh gold for a time. When the dark comes and the cold and the continuation of struggle, may we remember how today we walk in bounty, how we move knee-deep in abundance, flung against night's winter curtain. And now please join me as Booker lights the chalice in saying the words to accompany the chalice lighting. The heart's alchemy can turn suffering into community, conflict into the energy of creativity and tension, into an opening toward the common good. May our chalice flame provide a catalyzing spark. Practice of making at least one mistake in every service, preferably near the beginning of it. And what happened this morning was that the words to the Old Hundredth went into the slideshow too late. And so I apologize, it is my fault. And I hope some of you were able to sing some of it or at least hum the words as we sang. And now Jessica has a story.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jessica Harwood, and I'm the Director of Faith Development and Community Engagement. And I don't know about you, but this was a roller coaster of a week. And it was really helpful for me to have some activities and practices that helped keep me calm and grounded. And one of them was this story that I'm going to share with you today. It's called I Am Peace by Susan Verde. And the illustrations you might recognize, they're by Peter Reynolds. I Am Peace, a book of mindfulness. There are times when I worry what might happen next and what happened before. The thoughts in my head are like rushing water, and I feel like a boat with no anchor, being carried away. I give myself a moment. I take a breath. And then I tell myself, it's all right. I feel the ground beneath my feet and steady myself. And start to notice the here and the now. My thoughts begin to settle. My mind begins to clear. I am peace. I can watch my worries gently pop and disappear. I let things go. I can say what I feel inside out loud. I know myself. I can share kindness with others. I make a difference. I can hug a tree and thank it for its beauty and strength. I connect to nature. I can watch the clouds make shapes against the sky. I know wonder. I can taste and smell and touch and hear and see what is all around me. I use my senses. I can feel my breath fill my whole body. I tune into me. Now the water is still. I've found my anchor and everything is all right. I don't need to worry about before or after. I am in this moment. I am peace. Now I share my peace with others, and I hope that it is carried away to those who need it. And I dream, we are peace. And I wonder if any of you recognize some of those practices that you did this week.
Now, I invite you to please join us in singing hymn number 1009 for any of you who have the hymnal for meditation on breathing.
Breathe in, breathe out, 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 breathe in, breathe out.
And now it's time for us to greet one another. You're invited to turn on your videos, wave, and say hello and chat. If you're new or newish, would like to, please unmute yourself and say hello and tell us where you're from.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning. Hi, everybody. I've got to put my glasses back on. It's too bright.
Hey, gang. Hey.
Hey, guys.
Who would like to?
Hi, everybody.
Nice to see you.
Hello, Flora.
Hi, everybody. Miss you guys.
Hey, Rita.
Hi, Rita.
Hi.
Hi,
Talia
everybody.
Miller, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Girls, come say hello.
Hi, Julie.
Optimistic.
Oh, to see us.
We're all happy.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
happy. And joyful.
So happy.
Emily, what are you sitting under?
Great to see you all. It's
Hi,
wonderful
Sarah.
to see. Wow, I have to.
Hi,
go to
Georgia.
school. It's wonderful, wonderful to see you all. We're going to move on. And I invite you now to turn off your videos.
Oh.
And we're going to remute everybody. Say goodbye, wave goodbye. Turn off your videos, please. It's been great to see you all. And now it's time to sing out everyone who is going to religious education. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you. Go now in peace, go now in peace.
Go now in peace, go now in peace.
now we have something special for you. Arita Koksharanova came to us at the Unitarian Society in April of 2018, desperate to avoid a final deportation order. Arita has been in the United States since 2005. She came here and sought asylum as a person who very much feared persecution, as in Russia for her relationship with a woman. She now has an American husband and 3 US-born children and is continuing to fight deportation so that she can continue to live in this country, support her family, and raise her children. And she recently shared a poem that she wrote with members of our sanctuary team. We learned that she wrote poems in Russian, and this was the first one she'd written in English. And she agreed to read it for all of us this morning. So we're going to hear Arita read her poem. So good to see you.
Good to see you too, everyone. I'm in the spotlight. Yay. Hi, everybody. I miss you all dearly, and I wish I could say hello to every one of you in person, but the times are tough right now, so I leave you a piece of me, this little poem for you. Here it is. My views on politics and my immigration troubles. I won't give up, because that's not in my nature. I won't give up. That's not my way to go. I will rise up. My loved ones are at stake here. For them, I will forever fight and grow. Our lives are an amazing treasure. We'll laugh and love and learn how to be brave. I will just say outright that our generation forgot humanity and what it is like to behave. My heart's in pain, and so is my resilience. It cries and groans and begs to take a break. It seems like this is never ending, that this is something very hard to shake. Yet, don't give up, I say to all that go through daily struggle. We must rise up and fight to get what we deserve. The Black folk, the undocumented folk, and caring mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, we need a plan, the one that works and strikes imposter's nerve. I am a mother, so I have persistent superpower. I also know what living in fear means. I ask of you that come November 2020, vote blue, rise up, don't fear, and together we can win. Well, here's my story. Here's my poem, and I am very glad to the news that we heard yesterday, and it feels like the weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and you know, I just wish the best for everybody, not just me. Let's breathe. Let's take another step. Let's keep on going, farther and farther in our fight. Let's do justice together. Love you guys.
Mommy?
I can't follow that. Our offering every week is shared between the Unitarian Society of Northampton and Florence and one of the organizations that the Coordinating Council chose at their meeting in early October. We also encourage your donations to support Arita and her family. You can do that through visiting the Sanctuary tab on our website. And I think Rebecca is going to put the links to both links in the chat in just a minute, or she is putting the links in the chat. So your generosity, our generosity, is making a difference every day, every week. And as Jessica shows, the pictures you sent of things in your life that ground you will listen to our offertory and consider everything for which we're grateful. After the meditation, the response that you're going to hear is a chant that's sung as a round, and it repeats the Arabic word Alhamdulillah, which means praise be to God or thank God. The meditation was adapted from a book called A House of Hope by John Burens, Reverend John Burens, and Reverend Rebecca Parker. John is a retired UU minister who served as president of the UUA in the 1990s, and Rebecca Parker is a minister who's the former president of the Unitarian Universalist Starr King School of Ministry in Berkeley, California. Hope rises. It rises from the heart of life, here and now, beating with joy and sorrow. Hope longs. It longs for good to be affirmed, for justice and love to prevail, for life to flourish in peace. Hope remembers. It remembers the dreams of those who have gone before, and it reaches for connection with them across the boundaries of time and death. Hope acts. It acts to bless, to protect, and to repair. Let's be together in silence.
This comes from a Facebook post by Reggie Harris. He's the African-American musician who sang here last month. If you haven't seen his concert or worship service, you can find the links on the USNF website. He wrote this post on the morning of the election. It's called Why I'm Not Scared. I speak from a source of wisdom passed to me by people who have survived more than 400 years of having to sweat this stuff out, vote for the lesser choice again and again as the prudent thing, and then watch other people be okay when we ain't okay. To all of you who have internalized the struggle to the point that you know the rich and powerful are simply never going to give up trying to get their way and have committed yourselves to stay in the game, win or lose or whatever, kudos. These people, the rich and powerful, are ready to go regardless of the outcome, and they will not consider in any way how we feel about it. We will be joyful or exhausted, relieved or exasperated, happy or angry as fits the good or bad news. I hold on to the words of the civil rights pioneer Phronsie Brown Wright, who was the first African-American woman elected to office in Jim Crow, Mississippi many years ago. She said to us in May in our Living Legacies series on voting rights, "We've got to just keep on keeping on." Somebody asked if she ever gets frustrated and just wants to quit. And she replied, "You know," she may have said honey, "you know, honey, I quit this job every night. But in the morning, I remember that I took a vow to work for justice when I was 16 years old. So every day, I put on my shoes and get back to work." That's the same type of resolve and fierce persistence that pushed Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, Mary McLeod Bethune, Jackie Robinson, Medgar Evers, Rosa Parks, John Lewis, and millions of others, including Eleanor Roosevelt, Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, Mahatma Gandhi, Pete and Toshi Seeger, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, to walk in the ways of justice. Yes, friends, I am concerned, agitated, full of righteous rage, and fired up, and at times, worn down. I'm working the self-care thing too, but I am not scared. We have seen millions of young people embrace a new energy and create strategies of revolution, and millions of people of all races, backgrounds, persuasions, and in some cases, political opposition, come awake and alive to take to the streets. They march, tweet, organize, chant, lie down in the streets, and say, "No more." We have seen corporations and companies, perhaps engaging in enlightened self-interest, release statements that say Black Lives Matter and state that no children of any background deserve to be separated from their parents or locked in cages. We've watched millions who have begun addressing our hate-filled and divisive past. But as Bernice Johnson Reagan and Sweet Honey in the Rock sang, "We who believe in freedom will not rest until it comes." We're just getting started.
And now let's sing together, "One More Step."
One more step, we will take one more step, till every word is heard by everyone. We'll take one more step. One more word, we will say one more word, till every word is heard by everyone. We'll say one more word. One more prayer, we will say one more prayer, till every prayer
every morning I put on my shoes and get back to work. That means something different for each of us, I think, and I offer you an invitation to consider what it might mean for you. At this moment, I am feeling relieved. I know that many of you are feeling that way too. We've been carrying so much, and we've been on a roller coaster. We're still in a strange place, knowing, as Reggie Harris reminds us, that those currently in power are being as relentless at controlling the narrative as they have always been. And we are confronting the harsh reality of how divided we are as a people. We knew it before, but this election made it crystal clear. I grew up saying the Pledge of Allegiance, I think some of you too, and this phrase, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, is wired somewhere up here, and we're just not there. We need a great commitment to better understanding of one another, and as President-elect Joe Biden said last night, to healing. So what will it look like now? As we settle in and settle down, how do we settle ourselves? How do we become and stay more grounded in the weeks and months ahead? Craig Driesen shared an election day posting with me, and this came from the leader of the Zen Center in Worcester, who we've heard from this month. His name is David Reinick, and he has advice for staying grounded. He writes, take time to shrink your field of attention. Staying current and informed are important, but the daily acts of living are equally important. And he suggests, and I agree, that we should separate ourselves from the stream of news that comes in on all our devices. Turn to the immediate world around you, he writes, to the running water that comes out of your faucet, the smell of coffee brewing, the way the morning light slowly illuminates the view from the window, the sensation of the breath that has so faithfully sustained your life all these years. Just this, just these simple, everyday things. The day after this week's election, last Wednesday, it was still cool outside, and early in the afternoon, I opened my front door, and I stepped out, and our house faces south, but even at 1 p.m., which is noon by standard time, the sun leans now at least 30 degrees to the west. It provided enough warmth to offset the chill of the wind, and so I huddled down on the middle step. Cars and pickup trucks went by. People walked by, some with their dogs, some masked, some unmasked. What Barbara Peskin called the glory of the passing away of autumn lay all about me. The past week's wind and rain had stripped most of the trees that were in my sight. And I thought, bare ruined choirs where once the sweet birds sang. That's a line from one of Shakespeare's most beautiful sonnets, and it captures the melancholy and the poignancy as well as the beauty of this time of year. I stared at those bare choirs. There are gnarled arthritic branches of the catalpa and the thorny locust trees, and also the arching lacy halo that's created by intertwined topmost branches and twigs of the maple trees in my neighbor's yard. And I looked up at the clear autumn sky, and I felt the sun on my face. And for that moment, I was present to what was before me. David Reinick's second bit of advice is to appreciate the people in our lives, even the difficult ones. He writes, We are all, even you, part of an intricate network of relationships of mutual nourishment as we rub up against each other, irritate and delight each other, near and far, living and dead. And that's an element of what Reggie Harris was saying on election morning, evoking the memories of past champions of freedom, reminding his readers of all the people working together right now for change. Reinek's point is that we can help ground ourselves by stopping to notice and appreciate the people in our daily lives. So maybe we can take a moment, an intentional moment. Imagine you're seeing your spouse or child or sibling or friend, even the person who checks you out at the grocery store, for the first time. Really notice them. Appreciate the miracle of their being. Appreciate the miracle of your own being. Reinek also advises us to give ourselves to what we're doing in the moment. He writes, "We often suppose that the meaning of our life is somewhere else, but life only happens in this place where we are. Don't hold back and wait." It's all good advice. Shrink your field of attention, appreciate the people in your life, give yourself to the moment. But I so often live in the opposite way of all of that. Busy, distracted, trying to do 3 or 4 things in 6 or 7 places at once, which I used to be, or imagined I used to be much better at when I was younger than I am now. It wasn't good for me then either. And some of you sent in pictures of what grounds you: pets, your garden, the natural world, spiritual practices like gratitude or journaling. The trees and water and the woods ground me, as does solitude. Solitude is different from isolation. Sometimes I find it even on my own front steps, with cars and people going by. It grounds me, it allows me to narrow my field of attention and quiet the mind's chatter for a little while. Earlier that same day, that same Wednesday, I had a conversation with Lynn Marie Wanamaker. Lynn Marie is on our worship committee, and she's one of the people who preside over our annual hymn sing, which happens the Sunday between Christmas and the New Year. And at the beginning of that service, people in attendance submit requests for their favorite hymns. This is a form of ranked choice voting, in which Lynn Marie tells me, I probably shouldn't share this, but I am. She tells me that a substantial percentage of the results are known well in advance, without any reliance on polling. The selections get made, the congregation sings. So the question is, how do we recapture some of the joy and community spirit of that hymn sing service this year when we will not be able to be together? Lynn Marie has some ideas. We moved on to talk about how we, all of us, are caring about and caring for each other. So what else helps keep me grounded? You do. You give me opportunities to appreciate the people in my life. This past week has offered amazing gifts of conversation and connection for many of us, one-on-one, in small groups and connection circles and drop-ins and phone calls we've been making to friends and neighbors and family members. We have shared what we've been learning about the latest developments, and we have opened our hearts to one another. I got a text last night from my dear colleague and friend, Phyllis O'Connell, who was my minister before I was in seminary, and she's the one who actually told me that I really needed to become a Unitarian Universalist minister. And she texted me and said, "I know what you need to preach tomorrow. Thank you, Jesus." I said, "Thank you, Phyllis. I'll tell them that, and I'll tell them it comes from you." Opening our hearts and just being there for one another is another way we ground ourselves. We are hoping, parenthetically, to form another connection circle that's specifically for people who have children of whatever age, infants to college-age children, who are at home. And parents with children at home are facing different challenges from those of us who don't have children or whose children are grown and out of the house. So please let Jessica know if you're interested in doing that, and we'll figure it out in a way that works time-wise and schedule-wise for you. Teresa Amabile also sent me a post this week. It was from her sister-in-law's rabbi, who quoted a verse from the prophet Zechariah. "Return to the stronghold, you prisoners of hope." He wrote, "We are prisoners to hope. We have no choice. It's built into the system, and it's the only way to live. We're locked into that spiritual mindset because we might otherwise abandon it for the more alluring and sometimes more logical alternative, resignation and despair." So this is a time for hope and for fortitude, for grounding ourselves and taking care of ourselves. And as we do that, we will also put on our shoes and go back to work in whatever ways we can. And now please join us in singing the final hymn, "Earth is Our Homeland."
Earth is our homeland, a song of stars of grace, brought of the ages, and almost run in space. Dawn's far blue hill, soft nighttime still, dark ocean depths, smooth stone, for gifts of life that hallow time will sing, making deep thanksgiving known. Word is our glory, our breath of air, our cry. Parables, letters of star names in the sky. For midst and play as poets bring meaning to our lives. For every grace that hollow days will sing till the final day arrives. Music is wonder, an alchemy of art. Love's pure enchantment, communion pure the heart. From chants to songs, from chants to grounds, no soul may stay at rest. For starry, fiery sky of fire will sing, joy
celebrate. Celebrate all the gifts of earth and sky. Celebrate hope for the future. Celebrate the good work we are doing together. Go in peace. So I hope all of you will join our friends, our new friends at the UU Church of Worcester next Sunday at 10 o'clock. Reverend Aaron Payson is going to preach on the inner light as celebrated in the Hindu festival of Diwali. And then on November 29th, we will welcome the Worcester congregation to our service. We're doing a reverse pulpit exchange. The ministers are staying put, or in my case this Sunday, and Aaron's case on the 29th, staying home, and the congregations are traveling en masse to worship together, virtually, of course. So I hope many of you will enjoy that service. I think he's a good preacher. All Zoom links will be on the homepage this week.
And now it's time for our social hour. If you are going to, now it's time for our social hour. If you are going to go out and enjoy this beautiful day, we hope you do have a lovely time. If you choose to stay on this meeting, you're invited into a small group, and you can share your name and pronouns, how you're doing, and if you'd like, your thoughts about last week and the upcoming week. Hello, Rebecca.
Hello, it's just a few more. Oh, you're still recording, it looks like.
Oh, yep, should stop that. Thank you.
Yep, so just three more people,
3 people came in.
or no, 3 more to go to the breakout.
Yeah, I've taken some of these people who haven't showed up and I've tried to put them into groups that were a little light. So far, the groups look good. That's a little bit of a balancing act at this time. You gotta balance people.
Right.
But the rooms look good. I guess we're in there until noon.
Noontime, okay.
So that went pretty smoothly, except for a few slide glitches. You know, it's funny when you can't, when you're sharing a slide, look to see what the next slide is, or figure out where you are if you're off.
Yeah, because everyone sees it.
Flickering through, everyone sees you looking around for the right slide. But I think it went great.
Yeah, I think it was fine. We got there.
I think you guys were great.
Oh, Janet, if you're there, can you hear me?
Yes.
Who was it? Daphne Stevens wrote to me and she said she signed up for a social justice minute, and I apologized and said it wasn't on the schedule and have her call you during the week.
Oh, okay.
She signed up on the sign-up sheet, I imagine. And
Yeah,
no one,
I'm sure I missed it. You know what? I was a little distracted this week.
yeah, weren't we all?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. That's not the only mistake I made. Trust me.
I'm going to go help somebody in the breakout.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you both. Have a good rest of the day.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, I guess.
Hi, Sally, did you want to be in a breakout room? If there's anybody here in this main room who would like to be put in a breakout room, let me know. Sally Weiss, can you hear me? Sally, you're muted. Let me see if I can unmute you. Sally Weiss, you're muted. Unmute yourself.
Kathy,
Yes.
something lets my video not work when I'm in breakout room. That happened last week too.
Okay, I see your other one. I'm going to try to fix that.
Thank you.
That should do it.
Okay, so how do I get back into the breakout room?
Go down at the bottom of your screen and look out for the 4 squares that say breakout room.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Oops.
Yep, you're back.
Yeah. Hi, Kathy. Very nice. Nice work. Very nice service. You're muted, but I just wanted to let you know that. Yeah. You hanging in?
Yeah, yep, just enjoying here. I was actually shopping on Amazon while you guys were all talking.
Very good.
Did you buy anything?
No, what I'm looking for is, we're looking for cameras. We're talking about before the service, putting cameras on the singers, but they're at the different corners. So, that you get those long shots, and they didn't want to buy a lot more computers. And then someone said the best cameras are on phones, and everybody's got a phone.
Yeah.
So I was just looking up, phone tripods. I've got one that's just really versatile that you can bend it in all different shapes and set it, and it would be great. We could just have close-ups on all the singers while they're singing the hymns.
Yeah, I got two. I got one on a little desk thing, but it also goes on a regular size tripod too for a phone.
There's a lot of them. So
They're not.
just
They're not very much.
I think that would be lovely. I think people want to see it. Another thing I heard in a breakout room last week was that I know at the beginning on the slides it lists who's singing, but many times then people are, during the service we hear the people singing, and it's like at the end it might be nice to repeat that slide to say who was singing, because people are like, well, who was that today singing?
We did repeat it. When did we
Did you?
repeat it?
Okay.
Oh, we repeated it during the offering. There's a thank you slide to the singers and the
Very nice.
singers.
Very nice.
That was in response to a lot of people made that comment.
Oh, excellent. Okay. All right. Hi, Sally. Good to see you.
Sally's actually,
Hi.
Oh, that's just Sally's
here. She's got two cameras in her other.
Oh, wonderful. I didn't want to ignore her. All right.
Okay.
Go
See you
enjoy your
guys.
day.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Nice to see you guys.